Hello, Facebook, Instagram. How y'all doing? Sorry, I still haven't figured out how to have both the cameras looking the same way so I don't be looking up and down and I'm looking crazy on the Facebook Live. But just to let y'all know that that's what I'm doing. That's why on Facebook you will see me looking up sometimes. I'm looking at my other camera. Instagram, you'll see me looking down sometimes because I'm looking at my other camera for Facebook. Because I'm trying to do the lives at the same time so I don't have to repeat myself, do it again. I don't want to have to do double work. So how you guys doing tonight? Hope everybody's all right. It's Monday, start of a new week, start of a refresh. How about those games over the weekend? I don't even want to get the Ravens fans started again. I know that was a devastating loss to the Ravens fans, but y'all had a good year though. Y'all had a good season. I got to give it to you. Y'all had a very good season. And Lamar Jackson, he did the thing. If he probably had made it a little further, probably would have guaranteed him getting the MVP. I mean, there's still a good chance he'll get MVP. So we'll hope for it. He did a really good job. He did a really good job carrying the Ravens. So tonight's topic for Money Monday is taxes. It's about that time again. So you might as well get prepared, get ready, and know what you're doing. So I'm just going to give just a few more minutes. I know I said 6:30, and it is, well, it's 6:32 now. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer any questions after I finish going over some of the information I'm going to go over, or I can just answer them while you're asking the questions. It doesn't matter because this time I wrote my stuff down that I wanted to say so I wouldn't be rambling too much. But I know I always ramble anyway. So let's get into it. Taxes. You know, what can they say? When you're in America, they say there's nothing is guaranteed but death and taxes, right? You got to pay them. You got to, well, you may not have to pay them. Well, yeah, you do have to pay them through work. But you either get some money back at the end of the year, or you owe some money back at the end of the year, or you'll break even. So I'm going to discuss that. I'm going to discuss the difference with people comparing to their friends or to other people. Don't do that. I'm going to discuss what you can do with your refund. If you happen to get a refund at the end of the year, I'm going to discuss if you do owe, the changes that you can make so you won't have to owe. And just things like that. Like I said, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask and I'll try to answer them. So, in getting started, I know you're probably saying, well, what makes you the person to talk about taxes? Well, people that know me know that I do taxes. I don't do taxes anymore. Well, I kind of sort of do. I still do my mom's taxes, of course. And I do my own taxes, of course. Hey, Jewel, I do my own taxes, of course. Oh, feel free to share. Feel free to share the live if you feel like, other people can gain some knowledge from what I'm going to talk about with taxes. Like, love, send me some hearts. Share it out. Whatever, so other people can jump on and ask any questions if they want to. So, of course, I do my own taxes. And I still have one client that will not let me go, y'all. I've been trying my best not to have any clients. But she will not let... I've been doing her taxes, oh gosh, probably like 15 years. She will not let me go. She said, I don't care if you say you're not doing taxes anymore. You have to do mine every year. And I be saying, girl, you can do your own taxes. I be trying to show her. I'm going to talk about that too. Why are you paying all this money to these companies to do your taxes when you can do them yourself and save hundreds of dollars? So let's get into it. Like I said, what makes me someone that can talk about taxes? I have been doing taxes for over 20 years. I started out with Jackson Hewitt. I worked with Jackson Hewitt probably for about, I was probably with Jackson Hewitt for about 10 years, 9 or 10 years. And the last couple of years that I that was with Jackson Hewitt, I moved to a company named Fast Tax. So what I started doing is that at a time where I was in between jobs when tax season rolled around, because usually I just do taxes part-time. It's great part-time income. So if you're looking for a side hustle right now, I'm sure there's a lot of tax companies still hiring, and they will train you. Jackson Hewitt trained me on taxes. And I'm sure the other companies will too. So if you're looking for a side hustle right now to make some money, you done spent some money during Christmas time and you need to, recuperate, stack that bank account back up, taxes is a great side hustle. You can make so much money in the short 4 months of tax season, because tax season is January, February, March, April. Taxes are due by April. You do have some that will linger on. Those are mostly people that owe or have a business and have a lot of write-offs. So, hey Ray. You do have those people that will go over April, the deadline. And the deadline is usually April 15th. So you will have people that will go over the deadline, but most of the time those are people that either owe or have a business and they have a lot of stuff that they need to get together. Usually I'll have to file an extension for that, because if you think you're going to owe, or if you think you need more time, you need to file an extension. So file an extension on the 15th. If you haven't filed by the 15th, file you an extension right away. And they'll extend it, no problem. Thanks for sharing, Jewel. Thank you so much for sharing. Like I said, if you think that other people can gain some knowledge out of the tax information I'm going to share, please feel free to share it. Please feel free to ask questions. Hey, Richard, I'm doing this Money Monday for you. You're the one that asked me to do taxes today. So that's what I'm doing. Thank you for being here. So, like I said, I've been doing taxes for over 20 years. Started off with Jackson Hewitt, went on to Fast Tax. And then when I left North Carolina, I tried to leave taxes behind, but people would not let me because I had loyal clients just because I've been doing taxes for so long. And they only came to me. So when I moved from North Carolina to Maryland, I probably still brought like 20 clients with me. They was like, girl, I need you to do my taxes. And I made it convenient because we just did the information. I did the taxes over the phone and through email. I did a phone consultation with them, got all their information. They emailed me the W-2s. Some of them didn't even email me the W-2s. They just took pictures of the W-2s. It was just that easy. And like I said, it was easy money. So again, if you're looking for a side hustle or part-time job right now, do taxes. Get with a tax company. You got Jackson Hewitt, HR Block. I think Liberty Tax is still out there. They will train you. Like I said, Jackson Hewitt trained me. And you just learn the new laws every year. And laws don't really change too much. Only the maybe the tax liability and the earned income credit, the EIC, the child tax credit, and all that kind of stuff. That may change a little bit. So thank you, Richard, for sharing. So that's my experience. I started out doing 20 clients, and you can charge, and my fee was good. I only charged like $150, $200 depending on what they had done. So you think about that. If I brought 20 clients with me, so just think about how much money I made for those 4 months, and I'm sitting at home. I would do taxes when I got off of work. So, but then work started being hectic, and I was working overtime, and I just didn't feel like doing taxes anymore, because then I would get people that would say, well, why my taxes change, or why she getting something different than I'm getting. So that's the next point I'm going to make. So the next point I'm going to make is stop comparing yourself to someone else. Stop comparing yourself to your friends, your co-workers, your cousins, your niece, your nephew, your mamas. Don't compare yourself, because no two taxes are the same. I don't care if you and your sister both have 3 kids. You are not going to get the same refund. There's so much information going into how your refund is determined. So, of course, it's determined by the amount of children that you have. First of all, it's determined by your classification, whether you're head of household, married, filing jointly, married, filing separately, or single. So those are the four major categories of filing of your standard deductions. So your standard deductions is the amount of deductions that you automatically get for whatever it has lost my mind, but whatever the thing that you're claiming, whether you're single, head of household, married filing jointly, married filing separately. I just want to say married filing separately is one of the worst ways that you can file because they penalize you. So, and when I say the difference between single and head of household is basically it's just your children. Basically, it's saying that you have children that you are spending more than half of your income on. That's what makes you head of household. If you don't have any children, you're single. Just to let you know what those differences are. If you don't have any children, you're filing single. If you're filing children and you're single, you're head of household. If you're married and have children or no children, you're married filing jointly. Now, if you're separated or if you're married and for some reason you and your spouse want to file separately, you can file married filing separately. Some people do. I have had clients that file separately because one of their spouses owed a bunch of taxes, owed child support, owed all this money. So she was like, we filing married filing separately. So those are the four different types of ways that you can file. Now, the amount of tax exemptions depend on the amount of people that you can claim on your taxes, which most of the time are your children. I know some have older children or grandchildren or something like that that are disabled. You can still claim those people on your taxes. Just to let you know, just in case you didn't know, you can still claim those people on your taxes. So getting back to stop comparing yourself. So I'm going to take the example of this girl that I usually do her taxes for, that I used to do her taxes for. She had a sister. Her and her sister both had 2 children. Now, her sister always got a bigger refund than her most of the time. And she always came at me like, you must don't know what you're doing. You must not be getting all that I can get and neck roll and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, First of all, hold up. Don't come to me like that. This is one of the reasons why I got out of taxes. I got tired of these funky attitudes. If you don't know anything about taxes, tax laws, earned income credit, child tax credit, or anything like that, don't come at me about how much your refund should be. Or that because your sister is getting $4,000 and you only getting $2,500. What's up with that? So I'm going to tell you all the different ways that goes into calculating your refund. First of all, it's the way you file. Like I said, single, head of household, married filing jointly, married filing separately. There's a different standard deduction for each one of those. So let's say, for instance, with these 2 sisters, they both file head of household. They both have 2 children. Now, the one sister only makes $15,000 a year. She's on government assistance. She was in a low-paying job. She only made $15,000 a year. Now, the client that I had, she was making $21,000 a year. Big difference, right? Right. So first of all, you're in 2 different income brackets. She's going to pay less taxes on her money than the sister with the $21,000 income. The sister with the $15,000 income is going to pay less taxes on her money than the sister with the $21,000 income. First of all. Second of all, just because you have 2 children doesn't mean you get the same amount of money. Let me tell you why. Because age matters. If you didn't know that, age matters. Some states will give you child tax credit. I'm trying to think, is it all states? I'm not sure. I think at one time it used to be. It still could be, but I'm not sure because the last couple of years I didn't even deal with people that had little kids anyway that could get the child tax credit. I know with North Carolina, if you had children under 17, you also get the additional child tax credit. So the sister that made 21,000, her children were 17 and 19. The sister that made $15,000, her children were, I think, like 4 and 8 or something like that. They were both under 17. So first of all, this sister that's making 21,000 is not going to get child tax credit, period. The sister over here is going to get child tax credit. And depending on what her child tax credit is, I think with North Carolina back then when I was still doing taxes in North Carolina, I think you could get like $1,500 per child. I think that's what it was. Was it $1,500? No, I'm sorry. I think it was $1,000 per child for child tax credit. So that's already $2,000 that this sister that's making $15,000 is going to get over the sister that's making $21,000. Number one, she already getting $2,000 more than this one right here. Secondly, also your earned income credit goes by the amount of children that you have and also by the amount of income that you earn. Just because you have 2 children doesn't mean your earned income credit is going to be $3,000 like the sister over here, because it goes by your income. The less you make and be in that sweet spot, the more earned income credit you're going to get. The more you make, the less earned income credit you're going to get. Shoot, I ain't had earned income credit and I don't know when, because I make too much money. Even when my kids were under 24, because at age 24 they was able to file. I wasn't claiming them anymore. They able to file for themselves. I'm going to get to that in a minute. I'll be trying to break even so I don't owe. Some years I owe, but I'll be trying to break even. Try my best to break even. But, so, your child tax credit depends on how much you earn every year. So this sister that makes $15,000 with 2 children, her child tax credit, her EIC. I'm sorry, I already talked about child tax credit. Now I'm talking about EIC, which is your earned income credit. Earned income credit is based on the amount that you earn. So on her W-2, it says she earned $15,000. So if you look at the bracket, the earned income credit sheet on either the tax site, tax book, or wherever you want to look at it, every year is different. It goes up a little bit. But let's say for this sister that earns $15,000, she has 2 children. So based on having 2 children and earning $15,000, let's just say her earning income credit is $3,000. Right? Now for this sister over here that's making $21,000 and has 2 children, her earned income credit may only be $2,000. Because like I said, the more you make, the less earned income credit you get. So that's already, this sister making $15,000 is already getting $2,000 from child tax credit, $3,000 from earned income credit. That's $5,000. While this sister over here making $21,000 is not getting any child tax credit and is only getting $2,000 in earned income credit. So already this one has $5,000 and this one only has $2,000. Now let's bring into the fact of the amount of taxes that were taken out of your pay. Depending on how much of the tax that you had taken out of your pay, at the end of calculating everything and putting in your exemptions, it shows what your tax liability is. So if your tax liability is less than what you paid out to the government, then you're going to get that money back in your refund. If your tax liability is more than what the government took out in your paycheck, then you're going to owe the IRS. Did you get that? If your tax liability is less than what they took out of your refund, what they took out of your pay, then the government will owe you back money from the taxes that they took out. If your tax liability is more than what they've taken out of your pay, then you're going to owe the IRS money. Okay? So let's just say the $15,000 sister, maybe she had about $500-$600 taken out for her federal tax. Well, according to her tax liability and only making $15,000, she didn't really have a tax liability. So guess what? She may get all of that $500 back. So now you're up to $5,500 for this sister making $15,000. So let's say this sister over here, $21,000, she wanted to be slick and put like 6-7 exemptions on her W-4 and turn it into her to her HR, and she didn't have that many taxes taken out of her pay because she wanted all her money in her pay instead of paying out all these taxes. Guess what? She's going to owe some tax liability. So now when you do the calculations, it says she should have paid, let's say she should have paid $500 in federal taxes. But the way that she filled out her tax forms at work, she only paid $300 in taxes. So she owes a tax liability of $200. So they're going to subtract that from that refund. So she was at $2,000. Now you have to subtract $200. So now she's at $1,800. So now this sister that's making $15,000 has earned a refund of $5,500. This sister making $21,000 has only earned a refund of $1,800. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You cannot do that. Your pay is not the same. The age of your children are not the same. Is everything, even the way you fill out your taxes are not the same. Even let's say for instance, even if both sisters worked the exact same job, made the exact same money, they had the exact same amount of children, and their children was the exact same ages, they still could have filled out their tax form differently. Maybe this sister did the right thing, so she would make sure she paid enough taxes and had the taxes taken out of her paycheck every week so that she wouldn't owe or whatever. And then maybe this sister over here wanted to write down that she had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 exemptions on her tax forms, and they didn't take out enough taxes out on her. So now she has to make up for the taxes that should have been taken out on her. You see what I'm saying? No two people are the same. So please get that out of your head. That's one of the reasons why I stopped doing taxes, because people just got on my nerves. I have no more tolerance for patience and, how can I say this? People not doing their own due diligence, or people that's thinking that they're supposed to get the same amount that somebody else is getting. Stop it. Or you have these people, oh, well, I got 2 kids, so I should get $5,000. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You may not get that $5,000. It depends. So all this information I just talked about goes into how they calculate your tax refund. Okay? So I said all that to say, stop comparing yourself. Stop thinking you're going to get the same thing that somebody else is getting just because y'all have the same amount of kids. Stop thinking that just because you have 2 kids, you're going to get $5,000. No, it doesn't work like that. So just get that out of your head. Okay, next thing I want to get to is why are you paying these tax companies all this money to do your taxes when you can do them yourself? If you only have W-2 income, why are you paying Jackson Hewitt, H&R Block, whoever else doing taxes? Why are you paying them to do your taxes? Now, I could see if, okay, maybe you're in a bind. Maybe you need to get that check in like 1 to 2 days, because all they're doing is giving you a loan on your money. When you're getting your taxes in 1 to 2 days, they're giving you a loan on your money. And guess what? You're paying that loan. You're paying to get a loan on your money. If you can wait 2 weeks, 2 weeks, guys, 2 weeks is all it takes to get your taxes back if you do them yourself. 2 weeks. Who can't wait 2 weeks? You wait 2 weeks for a paycheck, right? Now, I know some people will be like, I don't care if they take $500 out. I'm getting $7,000. I'm not going to miss that $500. Girl, you know what you can do with that $500 in your pocket? You can use that $500 to start your emergency fund. You can use that $500 to pay down some credit card bills. You can use that $500 to pay off some other debt. There's a whole plethora of things that you can do with $500 instead of just giving away. Now, the reason why tax places exist because people are going to be lazy and not want to do it themselves. Just like I said, the client that I can't get rid of. I love her to death. But I'm like, girl, do your own taxes. I'm tired. Oh, I only want to do mine and my mama's. Only because, of course, I have to do mine. And, of course, I'm going to do my mama's. You know, can't turn down mom. I've been doing them forever. I've been doing them for 20 years. Gosh, oh my God, I can't believe it's that long. But stop giving your money to these tax companies when you can do taxes yourself. I'm just going to look at the time, make sure I'm not rambling too long because I want to keep it under an hour. If you only have W-2 income, do your own taxes. It is so many, what's the word? Online tax things that you can do. You have TurboTax. You have I do TaxSlayer. I love TaxSlayer. TaxSlayer walks you right on through. It's so easy. I've done TaxAct before. It was okay. But you know, you have TaxAct, you have TaxSlayer, you have TurboTax. It's so many online companies that allow you to use their system to do your taxes. And they only charge you like $40 just to use your system. If you're filing your state, they may charge an additional $15, $20. But that's still at the most, what, $60 compared to $500. I'd rather pay $50 than $500 any day. If you can wait 2 weeks, it only takes 2 weeks for these places to get your money back, and they direct deposit. Girl. Or homie. Let me start only talking to the ladies because I forgot. Men got to file their taxes too. Men have children too. So I'm talking to everybody. The fellas, to the ladies. Stop paying $300 to $500 for these companies to file your taxes when you can do them yourself. And it takes less than 30 minutes. Guys, when I tell you I was making a killing doing people taxes at home, because like I said, when I left North Carolina, I was working for Jackson Hewitt, and I was working for Fast Tax. But I had my loyal clients that only came to me. And a lot of them had my personal phone number. Or they knew my sister or knew whoever to reach out to me to keep doing their taxes. So when I moved to Maryland, I had like 20 clients that still wanted me to do their taxes. So I'm like, okay. When I tell you, just think about it. I charge between $150 and $200 to do taxes. I had 20 clients. It only took me 30 minutes to do the taxes. I'm telling you, all you have to do is just, everything is right there for you. You have your W-2. Even if you have a 1099-R, a 1099-DIV, a 1099-INT, you can do your own taxes. Stop paying these people all this money to do your taxes. If you can wait 2 weeks, do your taxes yourself. Like I said, I know sometimes people are in a bind. They may be getting ready to get evicted or whatever, and they need that money in like 1 to 2 days because, like I said, all these places are doing is giving you a loan on your own money and charging you for it. Trust me, I know. Like I said, I work for tax companies. I know how much they're charging. If you're in a bind and you need that money right away, okay, I kind of understand you wanting to get that in 1 to 2 days. But if you just want it in 1 to 2 days just because you want some money in your pocket, don't do it. Wait on it like you're waiting for your paycheck. 2 weeks. You can wait 2 weeks. All you have to do is know how to read to do your taxes. My sister is mad with me now because I stopped doing her taxes last year. I refuse. I've been trying to get rid of her for 3 years. Probably longer. But she's like, just do them one last time. Just do them this year. And I'll do. I'm like, girl, if I can show my kids how to do their own taxes and walk through step by step online to do their taxes. My kids been doing their taxes for the last 2 years. So I told my sister last year, I'm done. Do you know she had a nerve to call my mama? I'm a grown ass woman. Why are you calling our mama on me? Trying to get me to do your taxes. No, ma'am. And you only have W-2 income. It is simple. When you first log into any of those tax software online, when you log in, type in your personal information, your name, your address, your social, your phone number, how many kids you got, their names, y'all dates of births. Simple, easy peasy. Click next. Then it asks for your income. It asks for your W-2 income first. You have your W-2 in front of you. Box 1 is your income. Box 2, federal taxes. Box such and such, such and such. It tells you the exact box, what to look for on your W-2, and all you have to do is type in those numbers. Input the numbers. That's it. That's all. Once you put that information in from your W-2, click next. It will calculate your refund. Boom. There it is. Less than 30 minutes. Even if you have more than one W-2, it'll ask you, do you have another W-2? Click yes. Input that information. Do you have another W-2? Click yes. Put in that information. That's all. If you don't have another W-2, keep on going. That's it. Now, they did add something extra ever since they had the ACA, which is the Affordable Care Act. It does ask you, did you have health insurance for all 12 months? Click yes. That's it. It'll ask you, do you want to add a state? Click yes. It'll calculate your state automatically because you already filled everything in from your W-2 when it asks you your information from your W-2. That is it, guys. Even if you have, what box is that? I think that's box 15, where it asks like if you have retirement and different things. It has the number. It'll ask you, like I said, it goes through it, what you have in box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4. You just put in, look at your W-2 and just put in the information that's in each box. That's it. That's all. Click yes. It'll calculate everything up. It'll show you what your federal refund is. It will show you what your state refund is. It'll ask you, are you finished? Or it'll ask you, do you want to go back over it? Blase, blase. Just go through it. Finish it. It'll tell you how much they're charging. Pay for it. Bam. That's it. You can print out your paperwork. It automatically electronically files it for you. You don't have to mail anything. Just click that you want to electronically file. It'll ask you for your bank information if you want to do direct deposit, or it'll ask you if you want it mailed to you. Those systems do direct deposit. Those systems will get you your check deposited into your account in 2 weeks for $40. $40 in less than 30 minutes. Stop paying $300 or $500 to these companies to do your taxes when you can do them yourself. Okay? Okay. Okay, next point. Okay. If you have a business, it may be a little different. Now, this is where I advise people to either talk to an accountant or talk to a tax professional. Especially if you're new to having a business, you may want to talk to an accountant or a tax professional just to make sure you're getting all your expenses in there, your deductions. To me, those are really the only type of people that need to go to these companies or somebody else to do their taxes. I feel people with businesses, people that have a lot of deductions, like when my mom was working, she's retired now, but when my mom was working, she had a lot of deductions. So it kind of confused her. So I can see that if you're whether you're married or single or head of household or whatever, if you have a lot of deductions, like my mom worked for the post office and she was also in the post office union. So she traveled most of the time. The majority of the time they paid all her expenses, but some things she did have to pay for. She also had to pay her union dues. You can write those off. She had to buy her uniforms. You can write those off. Uniforms will include her shoes, the little shirt she had to buy from the post office, the sweater she had to buy from the post office, and she had to buy pants, and she had to take them to the cleaners, all that kind of stuff. So if you do have a lot of deductions, or you work at a or you work at a company where you have to buy a lot of your stuff like uniforms and things like that, you may want to go to a tax professional or an accountant to see what you can write off, because she had a lot of things that she could write off. And because she had a lot of things that she could write off, like she had her house, so she had her interest on her house, she had her real estate taxes, she had her property taxes, which included her car taxes. She had her uniform, she had her union dues, she had her medical. So she had a lot of expenses that she could write off. So I know earlier I was saying when you the way that you file will tell you what your standard exemption is, your standard deduction. I'm sorry, your standard deduction is. So say for instance, the standard deduction for head of household is $6,500. I have to pay my association fee. Right, Jewel, you can write that off. You can put that in as an expense. So say for instance, your standard deduction for head of household is $6,500. Between all the deductions and everything that books, classes, um, uh, um, when you pay your student loans back, that interest you can write off. It's a lot of stuff that you can write off. So if you're in school, they send you, if you pay out of pocket, they'll send you a tuition. Gosh, what's the name of that form? It's called a something T. It might be a 1099 T. It's something T, and it'll show you the expenses that you paid to school. You can write that off. If you're paying on a student loan, the company that you're paying the student loan to, I just got mine in my email the other day, paying on my student loans, I can write off their interest, okay? They'll send you a form. Thanks, Joel. It's the 1099-T. They'll send you a form if you're paying on your student loans, because you pay interest on those student loans. You can write off that interest that you pay. So look out for those. Excuse me. They'll either email it to you or they'll send it to you in the mail. So by the time I put in all my mom's deductions and expenses and everything that she had to pay out of pocket, she would be at like $10,000 as a deduction. So when you're over, now the standard deductions was $6,500. My mom was at $10,000, so they take the $10,000. If after you add all that stuff up is under $6,500, then it doesn't matter. And that's what I used to tell a lot of people. A lot of people think, oh, I got a house, I can write it off. Not necessarily. Because if that's the only thing that you have to write off, that's not going to go over your standard deduction. So it's not even no need to even put that information in. If all you have is your real estate taxes and your real estate interest, and maybe the two of them together only total maybe $2,000-$3,000, the standard deduction is $6,500. Your deductions you're trying to write off is only $3,000. So they're not going to go with that. They're going to go with the $6,500 standard deduction. Okay? So, like I said, if you have a business, you can write off all the costs of your business. That's why I highly suggest everybody has a home business, especially if you're in a high income tax bracket and you may possibly owe money at the end of the year. Have a home business because you can write some things off. You can use part of your home. You can write off part of your home as a business. You can write off part of your cell phone if you're using that as your business phone as part of your business. You can write off your internet part of your internet if you need to use that for your business. So it's a lot of things. If you go out and buy your supplies, you can do your gas or your mileage, whichever way you want to use. Your car expenses, your repairs and things like that. If you have to use your car to travel, for your business. If you have to travel for your business, you can write all that stuff off. Can you still apply for appliances? No. No, Jewel, you cannot. You cannot write off appliances. But yes, a lot of things that you can write off. So in that instance, if you have a lot of deductions that you can write off, or if you have a business you can write off, then I would suggest talking to an accountant or a tax professional. I thought they took home business off. I could carry that last 2 years. Some things, I know some things have changed, but some things you still can. That's why I said talk to an accountant or a tax professional. Also, I would suggest just going through, pulling up one of those online softwares like TaxSlayer or H&R Block or something like that, and you can look and see everything to file your business. It's called a Schedule C. So look on stuff for the Schedule C that you can possibly file. I know there's been a lot of change. Like I said, I don't do taxes anymore. I only do mine and my mom's. So I've been out of the loop on tax laws lately. So oh, okay. So you want to check up on that. Like I said, talk to an accountant or a tax professional, and they can give you. I know, with this new administration, a lot of stuff has changed. So you just want to be mindful of that. So the next point I wanted to make is, let's see what time it is. Like I said, I want to keep y'all on here too long. Okay, it's 7-Eleven. 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 Man, this here light rolling dice. Let me stop. Okay, so I got about maybe 15 more minutes. So I'm going to go through this quickly. What to do if you owe money to the IRS. So if you owe money to the IRS, that means you're probably, well, not probably, it means that you're not taking out enough taxes on your paycheck. Go back to your company, to your HR, excuse me, my throat getting dry now. Whew, sorry about that, y'all. Go and if you have 2 exemptions on there, take them down to 1. If that's still not enough, take it down to 0. You have to figure out what you need to pay so you don't have to owe, or so that you break even. Yeah, it's going to look like a lot is coming out of your check. IRS don't play with their money. The government don't play with their money. And the more you make, the more taxes you pay. That's just the way it goes. Like somebody, you could have, for example, you could have a $50,000 salary, but probably what you're bringing home is more like $30,000, just because mainly taxes, and then the other part is, your benefits, your health, your medical, dental, all that kind of stuff. If you do have deductions, make a spreadsheet with receipts. Yes. Always keep good records if you have a business or you have deductions. I have receipts, and I categorize my receipts. So I put receipts in my supplies. I keep track of my gas and mileage. I just keep track of everything. Jewel, you claim 0. I know that's right. I think I'm going to have to go to 0 too. Lord, I don't want to. Lord knows I don't want to. But I think I'm going to go to 0 this year for my next job. And it's because I have no more children to claim. My kids are grown. It's just me. And when it's just you, like I said, you have to file single. You can't file head of household. Household means you're claiming children. And single, you're going to pay more. You're not going to have any earned income credit. You're not going to have any child tax credit. You're not going to have any exemptions but you. You're going to have that one exemption. And that's just how it is. Like I said at the beginning, there's no guarantee in life but death and taxes. If you're living in the United States, they will get you with them taxes. You're going to pay. So like I said, if you owe, first thing you want to do is change your tax forms at work. Drop it down to 1 or 0. Yeah, it's going to hurt seeing that money come out of your paycheck, but it's going to hurt worse at the end of the year if you have to pay all that money back at one time. And speaking of one time, the government, the IRS will let you make a payment plan. But the thing is, if you make a payment plan with the IRS, you better stick to that payment plan. You better pay when you're supposed to pay. Because most of the time, 9 times out of 10, if you miss that one payment, they can cancel that payment arrangement and will make you pay all those taxes at one time. Also, if you know you're probably going to owe, or if you have a business, you can pay quarterly taxes. You can pay quarterly taxes, and then at the end of the year, they'll send you a statement saying how much tax that you have paid in because you paid your quarterly taxes, and then you just put in that's how much taxes that you paid for the year. So you can break even, or you can possibly get money back if you do it that way as well. So for the lucky people that receive a refund, people. What can I say? When these people get these $5, $6, $7, $8, $9,000 refunds and go crazy. I've seen too many people go crazy like they just hit the lottery or something. Like that money is going to last forever and be broke in 2 months. They get their check in January and they broke in March. After having like $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. Like one of my clients, I got her back $8,600. Guess what she did? She went over to the Dominican Republic and got her body straight. Guess what happened in 2 months? No, 3 months. Guess what happened in 3 months? She couldn't even pay her light bill. Your body banging though, but you can't pay your light bill. I guess you better use that body to pay that light bill. Please, please, please stop going out here and doing crazy stuff. Stop buying a brand new car and then it gets repossessed 6 months later because you really can't afford it. Stop doing that. So not only you done lost probably a big down payment that you had to put down, but you done lost all those monthly payments and now you have nothing to show for it. Stop that. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Stop trying to keep up with these people you see on TV. Half that stuff ain't theirs. Stop it. What you should do with your refund is, if you don't have an emergency fund, you definitely need to put it in an emergency fund. If you have any credit card debt or student loan debt or anything like that, pay some money on it. I'm not saying, splurge. Yeah, you deserve to splurge a little bit. Take you a trip if you want to. Buy your kids something nice. But if your washing machine is on the fritz, buy a new washing machine. You can use it for that. But save your money for an emergency fund. You should be building your emergency fund to have at least 3 months worth of your paychecks in an emergency fund. Because you never know what's going to happen. Once you build that up, then you want to start paying down your debt. Pay down some of those credit cards. Pay down debt. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Last but not least, what time is it? I'm in the home stretch now. Last but not least, ladies. If your baby daddy or that part-time boyfriend ain't helped you with them kids all year, stop giving them some of your refund. I'm so sick of seeing this. The memes that come out during this time of year are so funny and so true. It's sad to say. These men looking for the next woman to lay up on. They see her with 5 kids. They think she gonna get about a $10,000 refund. They think they gonna get some of it. You taking these men on trips. You taking these men to these fancy restaurants. You buying this man some new clothes. I've seen people buy a man a car. All kinds of crazy stuff. Ain't helped you all year with them kids. Come on now. Then when that money gone, guess where they at? Pew. They gone too. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I have to say about taxes. I hope this was informative. I hope it was enlightening. I hope that you got out of it to start doing your own taxes. And it's a good way to learn about taxes too. Because like I said, if you just have W-2 income, W-2 income just mean, I know people are like, what is W-2? Some people might be like, what's W-2 income? W-2 income just means you worked a job. That's all. You worked a job last year. You worked 1, 2, 3, 4 jobs last year. That's all you did was work jobs. You didn't have a business. You didn't have anything else. You just worked jobs. So that means you're going to get a W-2 from each job that you worked. Please, please, please wait till you get all of your W-2s before you file your taxes. Because what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to turn around and file an amendment. An amendment costs money. That costs extra money. And sometimes when you file an amendment, you may end up owing some money back. I've seen it happen. Somebody, they worked 3 jobs. They wanted their money so bad that as soon as they got them 2 in, they didn't worry about that 3rd one. Well, that 3rd one was a significant amount of money. And that 3rd job didn't have any taxes taken out of it. So guess what? When she filed that amendment, she owed, I think, if I can remember, she owed like $600 back. You don't want to be in that predicament. So if you work more than 1 job, wait until all your W-2s come in. And companies have until January 31st to send those W-2s out. Stop harassing companies about your W-2. Hey, Fennell. Stop harassing companies about your W-2. They have until the end of January to send your W-2 out. Okay? But don't get so impatient and you want money that you have one of your W-2s today, but you know you still have one more coming in, but you're like, I can't wait. I'm going to file this W-2 and get about $2,000, $3,000 so I can have some money. Don't do that. Wait for all of your W-2s to come in to file. You need to file all of your W-2s together. And I'm just going to end on that note. Anybody have any questions? You miss me, best friend? Okay, best friend. I ain't seen no best friend action. Trying to see if anybody had any questions. Jewel, thank you so much for staying on and asking some questions and giving some good information. Richard, I hope this was helpful to you. I know you were the one that wanted this topic tonight for taxes, so I hope the information that I gave to you was very helpful. Let me know if it was helpful to you. Let me know if you learned something. I want to encourage everybody that just has W-2 income, do it yourself. And the reason why you want to do it yourself also is so you can learn some stuff. You can learn stuff about the earned income credit, child tax credit, the income brackets, all that kind of stuff, your standard deductions and things like that. Go through one of those softwares, TaxSlayer, TurboTax, Tax Act, any of them. Just go through it and look at all the information that's there. Look at all the questions that they ask you. Because when I say they are detailed, they are very detailed. And they will ask any question that could possibly come up. Even if you have, like I said, even if you, I'm getting hot on these lights, y'all. Even if you have your house to deduct or any other expenses, it will walk you through every single step. Yes, invest. That's right, Jewel. Invest your money. Get some passive income. Shoot, start a business. Start a business. Everybody should have a home-based business. Everybody. Everybody, let me say it again. Everybody should have a home-based business, no matter what it is. Find something you're interested in. You know, you have so many things that you can do. You have these network marketing companies. You have these franchises. You have just something that you can think of that you're good at, that you want to go out and do yourself. Like I'm doing HR consulting. So think of a business that you want to do and invest in yourself. Make some also investments. I agree. I'm lazy. Yes. Don't get lazy. That's right, Jewel. I know that's right. You have 3. Girl, I'm right with you. I'm right with you. You want to have those streams of income, people. Have several streams of income. But if you just start off with just another one, thank you, girl. Go ahead, girl. Thank you. Um, if you're only working a full-time job, I know how difficult it can be. I know how tired you are. Maybe that'll be my next Money Monday. Y'all let me know what y'all want me to talk about next week, because I can talk about um, starting a home-based business, or some different streams of income. But you have to have more than one stream of income these days. You have to, especially if you're single. And it's been 10 years since I left my husband. 11 years. So, I don't have an extra income coming in. It's just me. So I know a lot of y'all look at my posts, have been looking at them for years, and see that I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm always looking for a bag. Always. Always. Can you send me someone I can just... Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Let me look up here. Oh, Lord. Is my breast in the way on the Facebook Live? Hold up. Sorry. So I have a question. Can you send me someone I can just tell what to do? Wait a minute. I can tell what to do, and they do it for me, please. I'm good at directing. I have great ideas. I know that's right. We can talk. We can talk. If you want some suggestions or anything like that, we can talk. Well, I have my own cleaning business. I know that's right, Fennell. And if you have your own cleaning business, you should think about government contracting. Like I said, I don't want it to be too long. I know I've been on here about an hour now. Any other questions? DM me and we can talk. If you want some ideas, if you want me to listen to some of the ideas that you have, I'll be happy to talk to you about it. Let's see. Any other questions? Yep, business credit, right, Jewel? Once you get your business, build your business credit. Credit is king, y'all. Credit is king. You have to build. That's right. You use your refund to get your credit straight. You have to, right, Joy? You have a cleaning business. Yep. Get some government contracts. Or just some regular contracts from different businesses. But credit is king. If you get a nice size refund, take some of that refund to put to the side in a different account and start working on your credit. I raised my credit 100 points in only 6 months. I think I might do a Money Monday about that one too. You can do it. It's going to take money. I'm not going to lie. It's going to take money. It's going to take money, hard work, and patience. But you can do it. You can do it. You can build and I've been building my business credit at the same time. And what got me into it, topic, how to build business credit. Okay, Jewel. Maybe I'll talk about personal and business credit. It'll be all the same. Oh, I forgot, Instagram only let you go on for an hour, so my live has ended on Instagram. So let me just turn my Instagram off. Okay, Jewel, that's a topic for next week. The Money Monday topic for next week is how to build personal and business credit. Okay. So if you're going to be interested in that, tune in next Monday at 6:30. I will see you guys then. Thank you for staying on with me. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for your questions. If you have any other questions, just let me know, and I will see you next Monday. Thank you so much.